Well, isn't this an interesting spawn point? Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Garry's Mod. And today, the map I'm going to be exploring is GM Mall Parking. A whole bunch of you suggested that I explore this map, but you gave conflicting reasons for why I should do so. Some of you said that it's a really creepy and unnerving liminal space map, while others said that it's actually really relaxing and that you find it a comfortable space. Of course, I know that those two things aren't mutually exclusive, and hearing those two things means that this is probably going to be right up my alley. So let's exit this bathroom stall. Now, the workshop page describes it as a large underground parking complex, but the title is mall parking, so I don't know if we're actually going to see a shopping mall, or if we're actually meant to understand that this is just the parking garage for a mall. And I don't think I've seen these models before. These sinks look really nice. They have reflective metal and everything, and look, we can even dry our hands on these paper towels. Oh wow, this really is like the back area of a shopping mall. Oh, I think we actually are in the mall, because this looks like... Okay, these look like the back corridors, the maintenance corridors that would be in a mall. Yeah, it is actually a liminal mall. I was hoping for that. I like variety in environments when I'm exploring a map, so I'm really glad this isn't all just a parking garage, but... it looks like a mall that is not just closed for the night, but is in the process of shutting down. I mean, look, we have these gaps in the ceiling where the false ceiling isn't there, the tiles aren't there. The maintenance barriers are put up. Oh, but here comes the electrical hum. It almost seems like the mall closed, and it's like we just fell asleep in a bathroom or something, and when we woke up, everyone was gone. Now, I live on Long Island, right? There's a lot of dead malls near me. There's a few that are active but on their way out. There's the Source Mall, which I explored earlier this year, that only has a couple of stores open. And it's kind of neat. I'm getting the same vibe from this map that I got from those places. Because the lights are still on, but there's nothing on the shelves. There's nothing to do, but for some reason the halls are still open. You can come in and wander around all you like. Actually, scratch that, because this isn't quite the same vibe as exploring a dead mall. Because even a dead mall is welcoming. The doors are open, you can walk right in, and even if you have to hunt for them, there are still some stores in them to buy things from. Yeah, wow, such empty. This poster knows where it's at. It's more like accidentally entering a mall after hours, or falling asleep in a bathroom or something and waking up and coming out after hours. So years ago, I was up in Binghamton with my cousin. We were staying at the Red Roof Inn, and just down the street was the shopping mall, and we decided, let's walk over there and see what's going on. We didn't actually think it would be open because it was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. But we figured, we're bored, let's just go see if they're open. So we walked over there. The parking lot's totally empty, but we get up to the doors and we push them open. And, you know, they open, they're not locked, so we figure, okay, I guess we can come in. And we're walking around inside and all the lights are on, but all the shops are closed and the lights are out inside them. Whatever's beyond that window right there just jump-scared me. What is that? Oh, it's a ladder. Like a little step ladder. We can't open this. Having that 3D space in there beyond the glass is really creepy. Like, when I get too close, I feel like I'm gonna see a face pop up and walk away. But anyway, we go inside, there's no one there, all the shops are closed, so it's the glass doors are closed with just blackness inside. And we're walking through, no one around, and all of a sudden, we just hear a scream, like a really loud scream from somewhere in the building. and we look around a little bit, we can't find anything, and eventually we go trying doors and they're all locked until we eventually found one that was open and got out of there. It was a really weird and unnerving experience, and the fact that nothing really came of it just made it all the creepier. He was recording on his phone, and we actually did record the moment we heard the scream. I might play it at the end, but even with it boosted, you can just, like, barely hear it. Like, even with headphones, I can barely hear anything. There's, like, fully detailed 3D spaces back there, but I can't access them because these doors don't open. Alright, enough of the stories. I'm gonna get a move on and see what we can see. Huh. I kind of expected these flaps to lift up as I walked through them, but we can't. So it's just yet another inaccessible area. I've always found it really creepy, even, forget malls, even when you're just in any grocery store, when you catch a glimpse of the back areas. Because when you're in the public area, everything's meant to be all bright and they keep the shelves stocked, so everything's full of produce and meat and there's bright colors and music playing and people walking around. And then somebody goes through a door, an employee, and you look through the back and there's just these dimly lit, like bare bones, like pure function area with all these tools and equipment and shelves stacked to the ceiling with crates and boxes. It's like peeking under the mask of an animatronic and seeing all the gears behind. Listen to that electrical hum. Now, I'm kind of two minds when it comes to ambient sounds on liminal space maps. On the one hand, the sound of electrical lighting can really get to you over time. But it can also be a comfort. I don't know if it's actually creepier to have the hum or to just have total silence. I did learn from playing Room Inc. that if you have the hum and it suddenly cuts out, that is a uniquely scary feeling. In that moment, you will feel like it was a comfort, but right now, when it's just there from the beginning, I'm not so sure. Because it kind of is like company. I mean, how many people put on TV at night just to hear the noise? I feel like it doesn't matter what the noise is. You can even turn the volume on your TV down to almost nothing and you'll get pretty much the same effect as this. It doesn't feel abandoned, it feels like there's no one here right now. I mean, like I said before, my kind of RP'd story for why I'm here right now is that I fell asleep in the bathroom and woke up to this. Can I jump over this? Ooh, I actually can. Not. Huh. Oh well. Can I push that button? No, I can't even get close. No, that's odd. So there's a tarp over the entryway to this store, but there's some piece of machinery or equipment pushing it out this way. It's like something's peeking out from under the curtain. Now, where should I go? I actually don't know if I have anywhere to go except down these stairs. Because over here is that room that I peeked into a second ago, yes. I can go into the other bathroom, or that's the one I came out of, yeah. So there's nowhere for me to go but down. Yep, just Scooby-Doo walk down these stairs, and it's the parking area. There's also just this feeling, I don't know if it's just me, because I am going off of my experiences with that mall in Binghamton, where there's this feeling that I'm not supposed to be here. Like, any second, like it's almost like even I want to be found, but I'm simultaneously, come on, I can't get through here either. So many invisible walls on this map. It's like I want to be found, but I'm also afraid of getting caught. Like I need somebody to let me out, but I'm afraid of what they'll say. I feel like it's watching me. The only thing worse than a parking lot with no cars is a parking lot with one car. And it's sitting in the shadows, too, like it doesn't want to be noticed. There's an ad for missing textures. CSS came out in 2004, just buy it. Oh, I get it. It's complaining about all the people that, or rather, it's making fun of the people that complain about missing textures. Good one, source community. To go back to what I was saying about the sound of the electrical lighting, I feel like one thing it does well, and I'm not saying it's going to do it on this map, but one thing it can help with is emphasizing other sounds if you start to hear them. Because yes, you can obviously break silence with the sound of footsteps or a distant yell. But with this, I feel like that would be even scarier. Because your brain kind of tunes into this as the background noise, like the only thing there is. But it also would cover up the smaller sounds, wouldn't it? Like, you might not pick up on the subtleties. One thing I've always thought about the After Hours and liminal aesthetics is that both of those things feel like, especially in a large area like this, like you're not really alone. Like, there must be someone else in this whole place, but you can never quite put your finger on whether the mood is they're looking for you and know that you're here, or they know that you're here and are avoiding you, or if you're just two lost souls wandering the same place but never quite having your paths intersect. I will turn your pizza inside out. Calzone will not be tolerated. Those are some bold words behind that sign. I think we better take heed. Is that an openable door over there? And for that matter, is that an openable door? Look at all these temporary walls. This really... So this does give the impression of not a closed or abandoned wall, but one that is under renovation. Then again, to my knowledge, this is not the kind of structure that appears in a regular shopping mall. What would this be about? Well, these look like generators. Now, why would this be blocked off? I can see there's like a van or something on the other side, but these are like tunnels. And garages. These wouldn't be like public parking areas. These would be... This would all be like shipping and receiving and stuff. But I feel like I'm quite far from the mall at this point. That looks like some kind of security booth. Maybe I can get inside there and gain some sense of direction. Now, how do I go about that? There's an open door over there. Yeah, every once in a while, when the tunnel narrows to something that looks like it would actually go somewhere, it'll just be blocked off by crude fences. So this map, okay, I'm starting to get the arguments for both sides, right? It's very creepy, especially out in the areas that are parking garage, which seems to be most of the map. I do feel like every once in a while I'll turn around and see some shadow man following me, and I'll have to start running. But I do like these back hallways, and I've always liked back hallways in malls. I've kind of always associated hallways like this with calming. It's a step outside hallway, a step away from the noise type of hallway. But that's just me. Now this is an even more comfortable hallway because it's smaller. These kind of commercial building hallways always give me the impression of something loud and crazy is going on over there, there's a lot of activity over there, but I can come in here and it's quiet and I can just kind of sit in a corner and be alright. I honestly would not mind, if I were in this situation, just going into like a sporting goods store or something and just sleeping under this table. I didn't finish that sentence. Going into a sporting goods store, getting a sleeping bag, and getting under this table. I really assumed you would just get a lot of that sentence. Now this, though, this is a little bit more foreboding. A lot of places for a child who was left here for being unruly and ended up living in the back hallways and became the mall rat man to hide. This goes back out onto the parking garage, but I don't think this is a place that I've seen before. Let's see where this ramp takes us. That looks like maybe some kind of elevator? Then again, whenever there's such an obvious, like, light at the end of the tunnel, design-wise, I don't know if something's either going to come in behind me and start chasing me, or if that such obvious temptation is more like the light on an anglerfish in the deep ocean, luring me in. I think those are the generators we saw before, so those will probably take us over to where we were walking on the catwalks before, just the lower part. Here's another one of those side rooms that we can't get into. I'm just gonna go check down there really quick, and then I'll come back and see if we can't use the elevator. Oh, I don't like this. 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 I hate that. I hate when there's a perfectly well-lit area, or rather two perfectly well-lit areas, and just a gulf of darkness between them. That door is propped open in quite an ominous fashion. Dull blue light coming out of it. Oh, these are stairs. These are stairs that go up to here. Oh, you know what? This probably leads up to the catwalk. Yes, I was already here. And I am far too lazy to climb back down those stairs, so... I hate falling in VR. It makes my stomach drop. Alright, what can we do about you? Your doors are very conspicuously open. Oh, we can actually use it. Have we been here before? Well, come on. I feel like there's too much detail behind this for me to really not be able to go through, right? I'm definitely going to have a lot to check out in NoClip later. Now this is very strange though. What grocery store has a room like this? Just like a little cutout in a back hallway with all these seemingly frozen food aisles. And is this connected to the grocery store we were already in? We can't go through this hallway because it's blocked by this stuff, and I assume if I try to jump through, it's just going to be another invisible wall. That looks like the outline of a person. Rather, it's the kind of stain you'd normally see on the floor, where they removed a body that had been sitting there for quite a while. This hall is significantly less comfy than the others. I really don't like having those partially removed false ceiling tiles. Makes me feel like somebody's climbed up there and is waiting to jump down during the night. There's my stained friend watching me again. This door's been covered with plywood. And more parking garage. And more generators. How much power does this place need to produce? Then again, with a parking garage this large, Maybe it is a mall the size of a small city. These doors actually remind me of the underground from the first Dead Rising. Ah, great. It's the obligatory blind corner room. Alright, hug the wall. Always hug the wall. Like a mouse skittering around a room in the dark. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything in here. Just a... Okay, I know it's just a thing that happens when you round a corner a certain way. But sometimes, when I move past an edge, or an edge is first revealed, I swear I see a shadow duck behind, as if to hide away from my view. It goes deeper still. I mean, I'm having a really hard time keeping track of where I am in all this. I just have no sense of where anything is. Those are some vehicles down that way. My light does not reach all the way over there. Yeah, transport truck. So I came from there. I think I have to go down now. I think that's the only way I can go to break new ground. Yeah, there's that security room. Put yourself in my shoes for a second, or the shoes of this hypothetical person that I'm playing as right now. Imagine you've fallen asleep in a mall bathroom and woken up after hours, there's no one here. After you get over the panic, after you get over the creepiness, you'll probably start to think, this is kind of cool, and start walking around, taking in the sights, doing all the stuff you wouldn't be able to do during the day. The worst thing that could happen at that point is you're walking down the halls enjoying yourself, and from somewhere in the building, you just hear a cough. Huh, good timing. Just as I'm kind of finishing up my commentary, I find the place we first entered the parking garage from. Okay, so final verdict? I find the mall stuff to be more comfy than creepy. I mean, I can see myself wandering around and having a great time in this scenario. The parking garage, on the other hand, I don't like a lot of blind corners, but the parking garage is too big and too open and too dark. That is more creepy than comfy. But up here, I mean, I'm gonna have to hunt around for liminal mall maps, because this is something that I'd definitely like to see more of. If you want to give this map a look for yourself, the link is down in the description. If you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. And as always, I will see you in the next one.